Welcome back to another reality recap. Are you guys ready to talk about 1,000 Pound Sisters and the season 3 premiere of 1,000 Pound Best Friends? Let's begin. We're obsessed with TLC and all the trashy reality TV. It's a recap. It's a recap. It's a recap. So remember in the last episode, everybody got into a fight at Amanda's house. Amy left. Tammy got kicked out. And so Tammy and Amy are outside. They're talking about why they don't want to make their weight loss a competition because it puts them in a very negative and toxic headspace. They get in their heads.
This is why I got upset in there, because everybody kept cutting me off. Personally, if I was to be in a competition and I failed, then I beat myself up more than I do.
My mental health cannot make everything a competition. If I focus on a competition, it's going to mess up my mental state.
And I actually totally agree with them. That's why The Biggest Loser ended up being the worst TV show for weight loss. Not only was the environment super toxic, but it got the contestants to take on very, very harmful and negative exercise and eating habits. Amanda tells Misty and Chris off for not having her back, while Tammy and Amy feel like the older siblings are always against them. Apparently, it's always been Tammy and Amy against the rest.
Her whole life, all we've done is take care of her. If she's on her deathbed, don't call me. I'm done. And I do mean it.
At first, I was a little confused by the whole Amanda kicking Tammy out of the house thing because I was like, wait, isn't that Tammy's house? But then I remember Tammy's house got robbed, and then they said something about how Tammy moved into Amanda's house, but it's not Amanda's main house that she's living inside right now with her boys. It's another house, I guess, that she owns. I don't know. Apparently, this is not the first time that Amanda has threatened to kick her out of the house. Tammy is really struggling. She woke up that morning after the fight and she just cried. She feels so alone and so sad. Like, where are her siblings? Everything's changed.
I feel like she's kind of jealous. She's not the pretty sister no more.
I don't know about that, but I think there is some kind of jealousy going on. Ever since Tammy lost so much weight, she feels like she doesn't hear from Amanda anymore. She doesn't hear from Misty. She doesn't hear from Chris. Like, nobody checks up on her. And she's used to everybody checking up on her every single day because before she was very dependent on them every single day for her to survive. Now that she's more independent, she doesn't really need them. And so they've probably laid off and they're back to their normal lives and she feels alone.
You know, before rehab, Amanda and Misty both come over all the time. Chris come over whenever he could. But like 3 months after I got home, that's when went to hell. I'm like heartbroken. I feel so alone, even though I know I'm not.
Tammy's realizing that life is kind of lonely, and I'm sure it doesn't help that Caleb passed away so recently, and yeah, she used to have Caleb every day. Well, she didn't really, but she used to talk to him every day, so now she doesn't even have that either. Amy's been finding comfort in cooking. She comes up with her own recipes and she likes to be super unique and quirky about it. For example, what's on the menu today? White chocolate shrimp Alfredo.
I'm here today to make a white chocolate shrimp Alfredo. It might not be good, but it might be bomb. Did you have my belly, girl?
She's at the grocery store. She's getting all the ingredients for her special recipe, and she just puts a bunch of random shit into her shopping cart. Like, honestly, I don't know if the producers were like, hey, go ham, we're going to pay for your grocery bill today. I don't know. She just put everything and anything she could find into her shopping cart. But honestly, I'm not really focused on what's inside her shopping cart or her recipe because I am so focused on how kooky and how out of it she looks. Her hair is a mess. Her outfit is a mess. Her voice is a damn mess. I was like, damn, does she stay up until 5 a.m. partying all night? Like, what is going on?
What I'm making is a white chocolate Alfredo. It's like regular Alfredo, just add chocolate chips.
Really? I prefer garlic in mine, but, you
Girl,
know, and onion.
That's what covers up the white chocolate.
Really?
Amanda kicking Tammy out of the house every single time they get into a fight is not okay. That's almost like abusive to me. Anyway, Tammy goes over to Amy's house to eat dinner, and once she sees Amy cooking the meal that she's about to feed her and all this random shit she's throwing in there, like literally, watch the scene. She is just dumping random ass ingredients. And Tammy's like, hell no, I'm not eating that shit.
What the heck are you putting in it?
Girl, I don't even know. I just grabbed. There's red onion, garlic. You know I'm big on the ranch powder. There's chamoy, there's slap your mama, there's everything bagel, there's adobo. Like, I won't tell you how much I have. I won't tell you what I have, because most of the time I don't even know what spice I'm grabbing. Literally.
Oh, and by the way, Amy doesn't just plan on giving Tammy this recipe. She's going to feed her kids this white chocolate shrimp Alfredo.
I really wish you would, and I'm gonna cry on this, but it would mean a lot for you to try.
Stop crying. I
can't help
handle
it. Y'all think I can't hold a candle to y'all.
I
And
never
the
said
cooking.
you
No, Misty, Amanda, Chris, they all say I can't cook. I can't do nothing. Amy can't do this. Amy can't do that. I'm tired of hearing y'all say that.
What the fork? Okay, so I totally thought she was joking with her recipe. I thought this was a cute little bit for the show or the episode, but she actually cries, like legitimately cries, asking Tammy to please taste her sauce and how she's sick of everybody ragging on her cooking and how she can't cook. And Tammy starts to feel bad because Amy is hyperventilating. She's like, and Tammy's like, okay, I'll try it. And then she has a little bit and she just smiles through the pain.
I'm not sure where I'm going to live right now, but what is for sure is I won't be living in Amanda's house.
Apparently, she decided to leave Amanda's house for good. She put in her official notice, her 30-day notice, but where is she going to go? Apparently, Chris bought the house next to them to fix it and rent it out, but Brittany, she's not really into this idea. She thinks Tammy should go live with Amy, but ultimately she agrees to it because she doesn't want Tammy to be homeless.
If Tammy being so close causes tension, I'm not going to lose my wife over one of my family members.
Oh my God. The editing where Chris was explaining Tammy's living situation history was so funny. A+++ to the editors who did that. Like the faces changing from happy to angry was hilarious. I loved it. Amy visits Amanda with her peace offering, the white chocolate shrimp Alfredo, and to my damn surprise, Amanda loves it. She feels like it tastes like mole, and Amy's like, I have no idea what that is. And she starts to cry because I guess it really was stressing her out, and it really did affect her that everybody thought she was useless in the kitchen. And now that Amanda is trying her food and really likes it, it made Amy super emotional. And she did end up apologizing, or they made up for the whole fight that they had the other day. And it just, first of all, I want to talk about Amy and Amanda's conversation because I feel like it really resonated with me.
You need to start focusing on,
I
are
need to
you
find who
healthy?
B is and not the mom.
If you're healthy, it's going to make you feel better. When you feel better about yourself, it's a mental thing.
I've been finding so many excuses not to take care of myself lately, and Amanda's right. We can take an hour or an hour and a half in a day just to do something for ourselves, whether it's exercising, whether it's a, pottery class, or whether it's like to learn something new, like something that we've wanted to do for ourselves that'll enrich our lives or like make us better or whatever that may be. I'm not just saying it has to do with eating better and exercise. It can be whatever you think. Like I've always wanted to take a dance class, but I just felt like I don't have the time. I have to do this. I have to do that. And Amanda's right. Like we should take an hour a day or a week even to do something for ourselves. And so I decided that I'm going to do just that someday. Just not today or this week or this month, but someday. So Amy and Amanda make up, and I think it's because Amy came to her with an apology. I don't know if she would have gone to Amy first, because remember last season when Amy was a mess last season, so that's not really a fair comparison. But Chris did say that Tammy never apologizes first. She is so stubborn. So I don't know what's going to happen between Tammy and Amanda. Like, I don't know what's going to get them to make up. And according to the preview for the rest of the season, it seems like their feud goes on for a very long time. Oh my God, Tammy and Chris go to the house. Remember I mentioned earlier that Chris bought the house next to him because he wanted to renovate it and rent it out. So they go inside, and it is scary looking. He thinks it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. What? You have to get rid of everything. Rip that hideous, awful carpet out, and the flooring in the kitchen absolutely sucks. The ceilings, the walls, everything is gross. And that rug or the carpet in that living room, it looks like old moldy grass. Like, what the fork is that? In my professional potato opinion, I feel like everything needs to go. But Chris, he thinks it's going to be an easy project. It's going to be so easy. It's going to be so quick. He's going to whip it up in 30 days and have it ready for Tammy to move in.
The big thing is getting it livable for Tammy.
I mean, I like the layout, and I think it would be a suitable place for me.
Now, Brittany makes a few suggestions, and he's like, no. He just immediately shut it down. And Brittany so softly goes, well, I just don't think it's going to be ready in 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes. I just don't think it's going to be ready in 30 days. And Chris is like, well, if it's not, then Tammy, you are more than welcome to stay with us. And Brittany's like, oh my God, we already have a small house. It's me and you and our kids, and now it's going to be Tammy? Chris and Brittany start to argue, and there's a lot of tension, and it is stressing Tam Tam out. She is feeling guilty because it's all her fault. This is all due to her. And she starts to cry. And she's like, I'm so sorry. This is all because of me. Like, I don't want you guys to fight. I don't want you guys to break up. I don't know what I'll do with myself if y'all divorce. And it was because of me. Chris is like, I know you feel bad, but you could just fix it by talking it out with Amanda and just staying there and not moving out so fast. I do agree. I get that she wants to move out of Amanda. I feel like she should, because it's not okay. It's not right for Amanda to constantly threaten to kick her out every time they get into a fight. But to do it so hastily and to try to do it as soon as possible within 30 days is a little too fast. I feel like she needs to stay there, get her ducks in a row, and plan an exit plan very well, and then she can leave. Now let's move on to 1,000-Pound Bestie Season 3, Episode 1. Now this is going to be a rapid recap, meaning it's going to be quick and it's going to be brief, so get ready. Now if you haven't watched Seasons 1 and 2, it's basically a group of friends who try to lose a bunch of weight, right? Now in Season 3, Tina is out. Thank God. She was such a negative Nancy, plus she was so against weight loss surgery, which basically that was the whole point of the show. So goodbye, Tina. By the way, if you haven't watched this show before, it all started with this woman, Megan, being on another show. I think it was called Too Large or something with Dr. Proctor. And one of the opening, I don't know if it was the opening scene, but one of the scenes in the opening was of her standing up and peeing next to her bed. And all that pee was going on the floor on her pee pad.
most of the time, I couldn't even make it to the toilet.
Pee.
Yeah. That was something. I was like, I have never seen anything like that. Like, whoa. And for that to be on television for everybody to see, that is just... So first it was Megan. She went to Dr. Proctor. She lost a bunch of weight, got the surgery, blah, blah, blah. And then she introduced her best friend, Vanessa. Now, Vanessa is more like Tammy in terms of her personality. She is stubborn. She has a temper. She's angry. And she did not want to lose weight. Like every time Megan tried to motivate her or inspire her or get her to exercise or eat better, Vanessa was not having it. So to watch her now be the most successful one out of the whole entire group, very much like Tammy, amazes me. It is incredible to see. And it's also no secret that she has a ton of loose skin. I mean, she's got the skinniest tiny legs. I can't imagine how painful it is to walk around with all that loose skin right above her tiny, teeny legs. Oh, and I also remember her son, who also had a lot of weight issues. He adapted her eating habits, and I wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing okay. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Now, Vanessa has not talked to Megan or Ashley in 3 to 4 months, and every single time she's reached out to one of them, they're not receptive, or they make up some excuse as to why they can't talk to her or meet up, blah, blah, blah. Now, Vanessa thinks it might be jealousy, and I kind of agree. Megan and John finally moved out of Tina's house, and they have 11 cats. At first I was like, wait, let me rewind. Did she really say 11 cats?
My whole entire life, I desperately wanted to be a mother. But at the age of 45, I don't know if you can have them. That's why I have 11 cats.
Yeah, they're 11 cats. I'm not opposed to having 11 cats. Like, I would want 11 dogs, but I would need to live in a mansion, and I would need like a live-in dog nanny and like a dog trainer, and I would just need to have like Jeffree Star level money. And you know how he has like a bunch of dogs and a bunch of Pomeranians in his house. I would need to be on that level to have that many animals in my house. So she invites Ashley to her new house, and when she gets there, she notices all the cats. And I'm not just talking about the actual live cats, but All her decorations, all her home decor are cats, 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 cats. There's cat figurines, cat rugs, cat blankets, cat posters, like everywhere there's cats. They both talk about how Vanessa has been such a loudmouth and how she's a know-it-all and she's so annoying and she's so aggressive and blah, 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 blah.
You have to lose weight or you're gonna die. You told me the same thing. I'm done. You told me the same thing. You said if I don't lose weight, I'm done.
And I get it. Like when they were explaining how she acts, I was like, oh my God, I know someone like that. And it is very effing annoying, but you gotta tell them. And I think they have told her. I don't really know, but they absolutely try to tell her in the end of this episode. So they all end up seeing each other at Dr. Proctor's weight loss support group. And it's so sad to see how much their friendship has changed because it was so different in season 1. At the support group, we meet 2 new cast members. One is Tina. It's a different Tina. And then we meet Scott. We have a boy and he wants to lose weight so that he can find love because he does not feel comfortable dating at his size right now.
I want to find love one day. I want to date. I want to have the confidence to be physical with a girl.
Vanessa really sees herself in Scott. She's like, oh my God, he reminds me of my old self. And so she really wants to take him under her wing and mentor him. After the meeting, Vanessa walks over to Megan and Ashley to talk and she wants to catch up and like talk about what's been happening. And Megan cannot even make eye contact. She doesn't even want to look at her. But they get to a smoothie place and Vanessa's like, why aren't you guys talking to me? Like every single time I reach out and I reach out to you guys all the time, you guys ignore me or you think of an excuse not to hang out with me. So Megan and Ashley finally tell her, they're like, we feel like you're a know-it-all and you're judgmental and you're like a drill sergeant and we just want our friend back. And I totally get it. They want their friend. They don't want to constantly feel judged by their friend. Every single time they hang out, they pick up food or they get a coffee, like Vanessa's going to be like, oh my God, how many calories are in that? Oh my God, did you know? I get it. Like, that's not fun. You don't want to hang out with that person, right?
I get that we're all going through our own things, but I would have been there for you. I would have been there for you through any of it. I would have been there. Losing you
Hurt my soul. I live to torture every goddamn day without my friends.
You got jealous of me and bitching, oh my God,
There you go.
you're gonna go right past me. You leave her between me and you. You got mad because my weight loss. So how do you feel?
What is she talking about?
See, you can't love that one. You can't even handle the truth coming at you.
I helped you out, and you're being a friend?
And you're full of didn't do you wrong and you know it.
You!
Y'all are full of y'all are full of I ain't doing this. Y'all ain't gonna see her in law like this. You see this boy? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Y'all can keep that.
Take ownership, you crap baby.
I can see that Vanessa is still very, very, very loud. She gets heated real quick. And I guess wrong show. Megan and Ashley just don't like that. And Vanessa's like, I've always been loud. Why are you complaining about it now? Like, I've always been loud and passionate and this is me. I can't help it. And I agree to a point. Like, if that's your personality, then, you shouldn't have to hide your personality. I have no idea whose side I'm on. I feel like I can understand both sides and their point of views, but I would love to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!